Hello again, year 6, and it's now Tuesday, time for story time again on another glorious sunny day. Apparently it's the last sunny day for a while. We're going to go back to a bit of a grey, cloudy, slightly colder start to June. But those of you who are going out for your daily walks still, getting out and about, try and get as much sunshine as you can today, because it'll be the last of it for a while. And those of you who aren't, well, you can stay in and listen to story times. I know that's your favourite part of the day. We're going to continue on with some poems from Ted Hughes. I'm going to read 2 today that are going to be linked to your English work for tomorrow. And we're going to be reading about another family member. This time 2 poems about grandmothers, about grannies. And the first poem I'm going to read today will be called Grandma, and the second one will be called My Other Granny. They will be on the website for you to read tomorrow as well. Okay, let's start with Grandma. Oh, sorry. I thought the cat might make an appearance. Armin, I know you did ask to see Cookie, but she's been a bit camera shy. Cookie? No, she's not coming. Okay, Grandma. My grandmother's a peaceful person and she loves to sit. But there never was a grandma who was such a one to knit. Scarves, caps, suits, socks, her needles tick like 50 clocks, but not for you and not for me. What makes her knit so busily? All summer wasps toil tirelessly to earn their daily dinner, their black and yellow jerseys getting shabbier and thinner. Grandma knows just how a wasp grows, wary of one of its suits of clothes. She knits flowered skirts and speckled pants, now they can go to the beach or a dance. Under the ice, the goldfish hear December's blizzards beating. They have no fire at all down there, no rooms with central heating. So when frost nips the lily roots, Grandma's knitting woolly suits. Greens, blues, the goldfish adore them. Winter long, they're thankful for them. When snowy winds are slicing in through all the little crannies, the shrubs and birds in our neighbours' gardens envy those in my granny's. Her shrubs have scarves and pullovers, her birds have earmuffs over their ears, and cats that come asking for titbits please go trotting away with little booties. A frosty octopus received a stout 8-fingered mitten. A camel whose important hump tended to get frostbitten has a tea cosy with tassels on it. A grass snake has a sock with a bonnet. Folks can buy their clothes at some shop or the other. The creatures depend on my grandmother. So grannies, it's a bit of a stereotype that grandmas like to sit and knit. Your grandma might be someone who likes to sit and knit. Maybe your parents like to sit and knit. But do they knit for you and family members? Or do they knit for the creatures in the garden, the fish, the wasps? Unlikely. Now, My Other Granny is the next poem. My Other Granny. My granny's an octopus at the bottom of the sea. And when she comes to supper, she brings her family. She chooses a wild but windy night when the world rolls blind as a boulder in the night sea surf and her family troops behind. The sea smell enters with them as they siddle and sliver and spill with their huge eyes and their tiny eyes and a dripping ocean chill. Some of her cousins are lobsters, some floppy jellyfish. What would you be if your family tree grew out of such a dish? Her brothers are crabs, jointed and knobbed with little pinhead eyes. Their pincers crack the biscuits and they bubble joyful cries. Crayfish the size of ponies creak as they sip their milk. My father stares in horror at my mother's secret ilk. They wave long whiplash antennae, they squizzle and they squirt. We smile and waggle our fingers back, or Grandma would be hurt. What's new, Ma? My father asks. Down in the marvellous deep? Her face swells up, her eyes bulge huge as she begins to weep. She knots her sucker tentacles and gapes like a nestling bird, and her eyes flash, changing stations as she attempts a word. Then out of her eyes there brim 2 drops that plop into her saucer, and that is all she manages, and my dad knows he can't force her. And now they've gone, my ocean folk, no man could prove they came, for the sea tears in her saucer, and a man's tears are the same. My granny is an octopus. That was the first line of the poem. Is his granny actually an octopus? What do you think? What do you think this poem's actually about? Have a little read of the poem again tomorrow when you come to do your activity for English, and maybe you might want to include in your work a little bit of an explanation about who his granny actually is and what the poem is about. And then you can tweet some of your work and let us know what you think. Okay, Year 6, I will be back tomorrow with some more family members. I think it's uncles tomorrow. Could be uncles. Aunties maybe. And I will be seeing you on YouTube tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.